So, I haven't yet mentioned where my father lies in all of this, which is really to not give a flying fuck about any of it. Because my dad, right, he's from an older generation of fathers. He's quite old-fashioned, racist. Because he's an older dad, you know. Like, oh, we got dads in tonight. Show of hands, where are the dads in the room? Put your hands up, dads. Couple of hands. That one took ages to go up, sir. You're not sure whether the child's yours? We got a lot in common. I like Chinese food. She was Chinese. I just put her in the car. No, keep your hands up, dads. Keep your hands up, dads. Keep your hands in the air. Now, I want you to keep your hands up if you think of yourselves as being cool dads. Cool dads. Keep your hands up. One over there. We got no more cool dad over there. This one's staying up. You think you're a cool dad, are you? So what's your name? You got a cool dad's name like Lance or Troy. What's your name, cool dad? What's your name? Graham. So, Graham, have you prepared for the birds and the bees talk? You laughed. Your wife was like, no, he fucking hasn't. Yeah, all I'm saying is you need to prepare for the birds and the bees talk. It's very important that you prepare for it, because if you don't, you'll cock it up. And it will never be as bad as what my dad showed me. Not showed, that sounds terrible. He didn't say, Jack, come in here. Right, this is the way your mother likes it. Well, just lean over and spank her tits. Yeah. Sorry. That's a rough image for me as well. Because my mum's tits are rank. They're not, they're lovely. Not lovely. Oh, she's in tonight. That's awkward. No, I didn't really get a birds and the bees talk from my dad. All I got, right, is when I was about, say, 15. I think it was 15, right? My dad picked me up from school in the car. We were driving along in the car in complete silence. He hadn't said anything to me. And we stopped at the traffic lights, and he just turned to me and he went, Jack, I've had a lock installed on your door. The last thing I want is for your mother Hillary to walk in and find you having one off the wrist. From him. Because my dad, he's quite a stern man, all right? He's quite a stern man, my dad. Two brief stories that sort of set him up so you can understand what my dad is like. Both of them involve my dad, right, watching the news with me. Because that's when he's at his most stern. The first of which, right, we were watching this news story, and it was a very sad story. It was really emotional. It was about this girl, right? And she'd been shot in like a drive-by shooting outside a KFC in Brixton. It was horrible. They were interviewing friends, family, witnesses, a lot of tears. It was really emotionally engaging. And it got to the end, and the news reporter summed it up. He said, an innocent woman has been gunned down in her prime, stood outside a KFC restaurant here in Brixton. Back to you in the studio. There was a pause in my sitting room, and my dad turned to me and he went, "Ha! That's not a restaurant." Not the point! The other one, which in my mind is even worse, right, okay? Me and my dad watching the news with my mum in the kitchen, lovely little family dinner, the news is on in the background. A story came on about a certain Robert Mugabe, okay? Right, now my dad is not really a fan of Robert Mugabe. I mean, no one's a fan of Robert Mugabe. If we've got any fans in, I suggest you leave now, because you won't like this next bit. But Robert Mugabe was on the screen, and I could see my dad was getting quite irate. He was tremoring, there was veins popping out of his forehead, he was getting really angry. And then suddenly, from nowhere, he just erupted, the biggest temper tantrum I'd ever seen him throw. He stood up from the table, started shouting at the TV. Oh my God, he is the most odious man. He's a ghastly, wretched, Rhodesian little pimp. He's a horrible, odious, nasty, wretched, ghastly fucking He said it in front of my mum. My dad dropped the C-bomb. And my mother went ballistic. She went, "Michael, how dare you? I realize that he is a terrible man, but you do not use that word in this household. You do not use that word in front of my children." My dad, no word of a lie, swung round, looked her dead in the eye, and he said, "This is typical of you, Hillary. You are always defending Mugabe."